Alrighty, good evening, everybody. So, a quick little push-up of the time today. Should I say tonight or today? I think we're in that limbo where I am because it's 6 o'clock right now. So technically, that would the sun's still out. So I think it would be more day than night, but it's also evening. I don't know. How would you guys do it? Dusk? Like, we're starting a little early this dusk. Yeah, that's what everybody says, huh? Anyway, so yeah, we pushed. Well, I'm using the royal we here. I pushed today's stream up an hour because I had to be up a little bit earlier than I usually am around this time. So I was like, okay, I'll try to give myself more sleep. It won't matter anyway because I sleep at like 2 a.m. But yeah, I pushed it up by an hour just so we can have some more time to get some shut-eye, as you might say. Nothing that's too serious, but you know, it just needs, like, you know, the queen needs her beauty sleep. So yeah, I pushed it up an hour so that way I can have some more time to myself. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the trial so the trial for the case. The last time we were here, we found all the evidence. We broke not Iris, Pearl's Cyclox, and we got all the information we could out of her. And now we are going to see how the trial goes on. I'm not sure if the entire trial is going to take place in one stream. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a two-parter, so we'll get that done. We'll try to get as much done as we can with this. And so let's get it on. Okay. Yeah, trial. Here we go. "9:39 a.m. How I wish it could be."
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls. Me, like, morning, Pearls. Oh gosh, she's like so concerned about Maya. Oh, that's right. Maya is still stuck in the cavern. Oh shit. Don't worry, Maya, we'll get you out soon, my child, my darling. I'll be out. I'll get you soon.
Mr. Neck, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya.
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So, is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
So are we not gonna have Iris as a witness then? Not to say that she can't be a witness, but it's kind of interesting, don't you think? Like, she is integral. Is that the word? Integral? I don't know if I'm using the right word, but she is very important to this case. So I think we may need her for a witness, but since she's still trying to get the locks undone, I don't think she'll be able to, because she needed an entire day. So who knows? We got to keep going.
So, is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No. Oh, well, that answered my question. No. She's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. Hi, Psychoto. Welcome back in. Glad to have you back. Your night going okay so far? Sorry. And you too. Yeah. So, just so we can get you caught up on this entire thing. So I don't know if you've been watching my past streams to get caught up on this one, because I'm pretty sure you missed a lot of info from the past few days. Oh yeah. So you left off when when Miles was still the yeah, okay. So yeah, you were there when Miles was the defendant. Okay, so we managed to get through that, and we broke Sister Bikini's testimony. Not that we broke her, but we managed to find inconsistencies that proved that she had doubt. There was doubt in her things. So what we've now known, we have now found out. It's okay, don't worry. I figure because it's late for you, and I'm doing it at like 7 p.m. when I usually get off my shifts, so that's why. So don't worry if you can watch it. Okay, so here's what we know so far. So Larry made this sketch, obviously, and that we're trying to figure out what the heck is going on right over here. So further evidence proved that the crime scene wasn't in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. It was in the gardens of the inner temple. We found proof of that. And we also discovered through this talisman that Miss Elise Donim, that's not actually her name, it's actually Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Yeah, it literally looks like that. So, okay, let me go back to it. So this is what Larry claims to have witnessed. He claims to have witnessed the bridge burning, and that that Iris flew. Yeah, unfortunately, it was Maya's mom. And I kind of figured too that she was, but I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to say there was. Oh God, you're into cougars, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so she's the victim, and we figured it out. She knew that Elise was actually Misty Faye, but she hid that fact from us, and so did Iris. Oh yeah, by the way, we thought that Dahlia was Iris. No, because here's the funny thing. Yeah, Dahlia's dead. So this throws a wrench into the works. Yeah. So, I don't know how else to describe it. Because my theory went out the window. It's always like, oh, whoops. Oh yeah, so, yep, Dahlia had a twin sister, and her mother is Morgan Faye. She has a twin sister, and so Morgan Faye is her mother, who's also the mother of Pearl Faye. Yep, yes, yes, this is, yep, Maya's cousin is also the daughter of Morgan Faye, and Pearl's mom is her mom. So, if you recall the case where Dahlia, one of the family tree, yep. If you recall, in the case of Terry Falls and how he was in the kidnapping incident. So what happened was this. Dahlia, so Morgan was left by her husband in the past, when it was discovered that she wouldn't be the main branch of the Faye family clan for their channeling technique. And so he took the children, he took the two daughters, and then he left Iris at Hazakura Temple, and then he took Dahlia. So he took Dahlia Hawthorne with him, and obviously he's the jeweler to keep talking about. So if you look right here, after she was in prison, she was executed last month. So she was executed last month. So yeah, they're twin sisters, and then Morgan Faye had another daughter, which is Pearl, and so she was involved in a case last year where she tried to have Maya either killed or imprisoned so that Pearl could take over. No, she's fully dead. She's fully dead. So Morgan Fay tried to have Maya imprisoned or killed last year so that Pearl could be the next master of the crime channeling technique. Because since Mia is dead, and well, okay, we didn't know that that Elise was Misty Fay. Misty is the master, but since everyone assumed she had disappeared, it went to Mia, but then Mia died, and so now it's up to Maya to be the master. So Morgan tried to get Maya imprisoned or killed so that Pearl could be the next one. It can be the next heir to the channeling technique. But however, that plan fell through because of us. Yeah, that's why we're trying to take care of her. She's gonna go down the right path. However, here's the thing. Even though Morgan Fay is in prison for being discovered, she gave Pearl this letter. It's burnt up, but when we broke Pearl's psych locks the other stream, we discovered that Pearl was trying to channel Dahlia Hawthorne according to her mom's instructions. So that's where it's like, oh, uh-oh. And so, yeah, this was a big drama in the past few days. Yeah. Oh yeah. You would not believe Pearl had 5. She had 5 psych locks. She had 5, and we had to break them all. Because she was hiding the fact that she was following these instructions from us. Yeah, it's very sad to see Pearl end up in this situation, but we'll change her for the better. We're gonna change her for the better. I swear it. I'm pretty sure she knows though. Like, not that it was the bad thing to do, but I'm pretty sure she knew that that it's her mom. You can't disobey your mom, but I think she kind of felt like this is it's not right. But yeah, so you're pretty much caught up. Misty Fay is the victim of the case, who unfortunately is Maya's mother, and also Mia. But also, yeah, we can fix her. But oh god, here's the funny thing too. So now that we found out that the case, the murder took place at the Inner Temple. The funny thing is, at the gardens of the Inner Temple, there's a stone lantern, and written on it, and Miss Misty Fay's blood is the name Maya. So we could potentially have Maya be convicted for a 3rd murder this time. Wow. A lot to be thrown in, and I just threw the curveball. So, because we can't find Maya, she's probably still in the cavern, but who knows where the hell she is. So she may be accused for a 3rd time. Isn't this fun? Oh, God, how many times do we have to do this? That's why I watched, so this is basically Ace Attorney. Yeah, she never gets a break. It's so funny because, because they're always accusing murder. Like Maya, 3 times. Get a hobby, Maya. It's you know what, Maya, the next time I'm doing an investigation, just stay home. Stay in the office, stay wherever you are, lock the doors, and never leave. Don't do anything for 24 hours. Exactly, so that's the thing. So that's why we don't know where she is. As far as we know, she's still in the cavern, and there's 5 trick locks on there. So we have no clue where she is right now. Oh, also, real quick, our good friend Godot, I remember he said he died at one point, and he experienced death. Yeah, exactly. Become an introverted. Be a shut-in, Maya. Just be a shut-in. It's for the better. But yeah, Godot. Yeah. So if you recall that a man was murdered in the courthouse um, no, he's not. He experienced death. He said he experienced death. He's still alive, but I believe he's the one who was poisoned. Remember the case the year before Phoenix's trial in college? Remember there was a guy who was poisoned in the libraries? I believe this was him. Yeah, so I believe he was the one who was poisoned. And so he says he's the one who he experienced death. I think that's him. And the only way he can see now, like see faces, is through this mask. That's the only way he can see anybody. And so, like without that mask, I don't know if he'll die by taking it off, but I think like he's pretty much screwed if he doesn't have the mask on. So that's just like one thing, like to fill yourself into what the heck is happening. Everything else, it's like, okay, so yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it was the case before that. Before, no, not the boy toy. He was the one. They never found the trace of the poison, and it's kind of obvious. Yeah, yep. Yeah. So now you're kind of caught up and everything. So if anything else comes in, I'll let you know, obviously. So now we got to get back into this case because it's gonna be a fun time for everybody. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. Is this Godot? I'll do Godot, and then if it turns out to be, I think it's Godot though, because this is it. I know, can you believe it? Because I can't. I was so sure that that it was Dahlia. I mean, think about it. Iris got left behind by her father at the temple, so she got a crappy life. Not like being in a temple is crappy, but like she got abandoned by her family. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Oh no, it was Edgeworth. That was Edgeworth. Whoops. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Edgeworth? What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with... Oh, okay. So she is with Godot, but he's not with us. She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to test... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, I knew she was probably going to be a witness, but... Uh-oh. This is going to be fun. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor's squeezing her for a confession. Or so I heard. Francesca von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking. My point, I knew that, like, Francesca would want to be a part of it, but I knew she probably wasn't going to be, because I knew Godot would probably want to destroy Wright more than anything. I know what you're thinking, but Francesca isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot? Francesca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. Nope, she's not here. No, unfortunately she's not here. She's still at the cavern. He's smug. He's laughing like, Francesca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern. So, no, not today, unfortunately. But so the reason why I said like where's Iris is because there's 5 locks the trick locks that are blocking off the entrance to the cavern where Maya is supposed to be. Excuse me. And there's many ways you can open those locks, like hundreds. And so it was up to Iris because she knows how those work to unlock it. But now that she's here, I already picture Francesca. I can already imagine that Francesca's in there. She's like, how the hell do you do this? She's like whipping it like, come on, open up now. She's like getting pissed off at it. And actually it said like, what if Maya's still in there, still chanting, because she has to like chant like 10,000 times. She's like, I'm feeling very hungry. Feeling very cold. Very thirsty. Can someone let me out? I've been chanting for 10,050 times at this point. I think I'm done. She's still doing that, and she's like, is anyone here? 10,051. 10,052. You can only imagine like she's still doing that, and then they find her corpse. If she's dead, they find her corpse like still like this, like still in the prayer position. and like, what if like she still had like, if she's dead, she's still humming like 1,500,051. And they're like, she's been doing this since we got here. I wish she's still alive. Nope, she's dead. Like, how's she still chanting? Muscle reflex? I don't know. I can only imagine that's what's happening. But that's why I'm picturing he's going through his head. He's like, Francesca is engaged in some important work at the cavern. He's like, she doesn't know shit when it comes to this.
The sacred cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She's been out there all night. I knew it! Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. She's like, why can't I just open it with this? She's like whipping it. It's like, it has to break at some point. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate the last of the locks. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. My God, I want to kiss you, my good man. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe I should try that. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else. Literally. And with that, achoo! I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Just call me boyfriend. You know you want to call me boyfriend. Just shut up with this partner bullshit. Thanks. Okay, here we go. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elistoni. I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. Oh yeah, when I got to Morgan, she's like, Pearl. And when she did that face, she's like, she'll smile and they're like, you must make my plan go through. It's like it turns into a demon. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Oh boy, here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. Your Honor? What are you? Who, me? Well, my little brother. Oh! Oh, that's right! He wasn't the judge for this one. His little brother was it. That's right. I was like, wait, was he the judge this entire time? And I remembered, oh yeah, that's right. His little brother was the one taking over, not him. But now, I guess he wants to take over, I guess.
Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted.
Oh, so that's what Edgeworth was alluding to. We passed our cold on to him. Whoops. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him.
I see. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot.
My poor brother. He looked a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
Oh boy. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment.
Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said. At least
So he's still as stupid as he usually is. Perfect. Perfect.
I understood exactly what you said. At least up until the end, anyway.
Alrighty. Don't worry. You get yourself settled in, and hopefully you'll catch some important things before you turn in.
Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains there is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. Death. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
So then you mean...
He's like this.
So then you mean... you know what, fuck it, forget it. What do you mean?
During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make.
Oh boy.
Confession? The defendant?
Iris.
No, that sounded like Godot.
Iris.
Why didn't she discuss this with me first? Because she's lying. She's lying to the prosecution. She's had to be lying. She wouldn't do this to us. She wouldn't.
Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something you want to confess to?
Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Phoenix Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
Are you really Dahlia? Did you really escape? It's all right. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I...
Oh, God. Here we go. Yep, this is fun. This is going to be great. Okay, here we go.
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Donim?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
What? Order in the court, order! Witness, are you Are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? I'm already picturing Godot's like,
Exactly how.
oh no, sorry. He's like this.
Exactly how I like it. This always brings up good memories. So, Trite, tell me, what are you gonna do now?
Right's like, I'm gonna go kill myself. 3 minutes in court, and I'm already covered in a cold sweat.
Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. How convenient. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite?
That Godot.
So this is the confession that we're conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie.
Phoenix really be like, it's like, you know, he's like, Phoenix really be like this, like, dang it, Iris!
Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket.
No, sorry.
Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for someone?
Now I'm definitely up the. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Karain tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Karain channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
So don't tell me Maya channeled Dahlia and killed her mother. Oh no, oh no, Maya. Why would you do this to us? Oh boy, here we go.
Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite.
She's naming Maya.
Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes.
Oh no! No, Maya, why would you do this? Well, maybe she was under the influence, but still, she did it. No, Maya, why would you do it? No. Well, third time's the charm. It turns out the third time with the third murder accusation is true. Fuck.
And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
That's ridiculous. Maya can never do such a...
The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Well, you should have been prepared. Literally anything can happen in this game, Phoenix. Literally anything happens, and yet you never prepare for it. So here we are, huh? You're pretty much screwed yourself over.
I went to the inner temple that night, and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only into self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, maybe this is fine. She'll only get us. She was doing it in defense. She was gonna get killed. She'll be fine, right? Right, guys? I don't know anymore.
So it was in self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first.
I don't believe you.
That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya. You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. A smooth criminal. Smooth like this coffee. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night, and that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Here we go. Let's go. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Objection!
Did she now? Too bad for you. Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go?
It was in the inner temple's training hall.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay.
What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Oh, hell no. Oh, God. He's like, no. Oh, God, no. Ugh. And Edgeworth and God is like, you traitor. I thought you loved me. And then Phoenix is like, I do love you, I swear. Oh, this is turning on me so fast.
Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Huh?
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There. We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor, I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with a staff.
Okay. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya. I mean, Miss Faye. Excuse me.
Yes. It was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear.
This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute.
What happened after that?
While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike.
She moved in to deliver a fatal strike.
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And Elise Donim tried to stab her with this weapon to kill Miss Faye.
Yes, exactly.
Ha.
You look like I did after I...
Oh, God. I'm sorry for you.
You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. Huh? Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? Let me just save real quick. You never know where the case might go. Let's save here. Let's just do it. There is one thing. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
You do? But this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless.
That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony. Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that.
Then do it. Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
The judge's like, oh God, no, not this again.
Okay, now, let's continue.
She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe. We can't present her staff because only me and Gumshoe know that this is a sword. She threw her staff away.
Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
It's true. It's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff.
Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff.
Yes, that's what I saw.
Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, it's odd, alright.
Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with the dagger. I'm sure of this. Mystic Maya tried and stole the weapon.
And then
Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike.
Witness, are you absolutely certain?
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something, Maya Faye's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead.
Yes, I see.
This is bad. I still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's going to be blamed for this. I only have this to say. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for that.
So you're saying Maya Faye was the one who stabbed Miss Elise O'Neill? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes.
Objection!
Tisk, tried. If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this.
How does he not choke? I'm really curious about that. I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. Me neither.
There's only one thing you need to get right. It's called evidence. Now hurry up before my next cup gets cold.
What does that mean? Is Godot waiting for me to point out the contradictions? I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. First, I need to pick apart her testimony. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things that I noticed that just don't add up. Okay, so we know for sure that the murder weapon was Miss Elise Misty Faye's was Misty Faye's staff, but only me and Gumshoe know. So now the question is, what else was an inconsistency that he noticed? Let me see. I'm trying to think, because we know for sure. Okay. I think we should present the staff. Even though me and Gumshoe know, I feel like we need to present it, because that's the only thing that'll help us at this point. So let's give it a try. Okay, let's save here. I feel like this is the part that we need to press on. We need to present emphasis on. There we go. Sister Iris. There's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Donim throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone. Wait, sorry. but all you can do with a staff is hit someone. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. Hint, hint. As you can see, it's a sword. Sorry. There you go. If Elise Donim really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. That was also a weird way to put that sentence. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say?
That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trites. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. Sorry, I need to take this jacket off the chair. But even so, how should I put this?
Huh?
A long sword is unwieldy, and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade.
Well.
Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony.
But there is something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright,
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Donim would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. We're gonna have to present her profile. Elise Donim would never have attacked Maya Fey.
how can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Donim. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Fey?
No. No. Not Mystic Misty Fey.
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to...
Misty Fey is the master of the Quran channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey.
Are you serious?
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Donim actually the great Mystic Misty?
There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
The idea that she would try to kill her own daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing.
Order! Order in the court! Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to the death were mother and daughter. That seems like a good movie plot. Someone please, you, the court stenographer, keep that. Make sure you bring that to my office later. Despite the facts being believable when taken on their own, when taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Listen, there's nothing in this world that is impossible, except for one little thing.
Yes? What is this one little impossible thing?
Huh. You still don't get it. Very well. You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps.
Could you get to your point?
I heard this witness's confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
Exactly.
Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty.
Oh, no. Great. Perfect.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing?
Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else?
Now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
But where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh? The pine tree?
This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree when the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two women. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first... Didn't you just say it was the 8th cup? Just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
Thank you. Didn't you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago?
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. He's like, this is my sweetheart. If my fingerprints are on there, please ignore it. Make sure you treat her right.
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
Dagger added to the court record.
Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible. Slightly credible, but credible nonetheless.
Cute girls never lie. Ever.
Hold up, my dog needs to go outside. Give me one quick second. And we're back. Sorry, my dog had to go pee-pee.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw. The battle between the two women.
No, he the guy who grabs popcorn. Like,
Now tell me. Please, go again. I want to hear these juicy details.
Yes, Your Honor. Mystic Maya. Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff, but then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole. But then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern.
Uh-oh.
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
oh god, Maya. Oh god, is she actually gonna go into prison for this one?
That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
That seems reasonable.
You want me to believe that Misty Faye would not recognize her own daughter after 17 years? I don't know about you. Like, okay, Maya's 19, so understandable. She was only 2 when Misty disappeared. But you would think that you would not recognize your own daughter, even though it's been 17 years. Like, we all saw Tangled, right? How when Eugene brought Rapunzel back to her parents, the first person to recognize that was their daughter was her mother. You would think that, huh? No, apparently not. Apparently we're all just dumb fucks, huh? But no, the first person to recognize Rapunzel as their daughter was the queen. Even though she was only a literal baby when she saw Rapunzel, and Rapunzel's now chopped hair, short hair, brown. She still recognized her. Tell me how that works, because it don't make sense to me. Not that recognize her doesn't make sense. It's this part that doesn't make sense. Not recognizing, even though it's been 17 years. Come on, a mother knows her daughter.
That seems reasonable. Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Time to break her again. Iris, where were you standing when you witnessed all this?
On the roof. What do you mean?
Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle.
I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the garden stone lantern. I was watching the whole time. I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark when the two of them were there, so...
No, there should have been light.
I think that's why they didn't
Oh wait, no, they weren't. There was no lights.
I think that's why they didn't see me.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck?
Oops, sorry. Okay, I forgot to press that. What happened to the victim's staff then?
I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
That makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground. And then at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up.
Nothing sounds especially strange yet.
What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her?
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern.
You're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim.
Yes. But Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger.
I still can't believe it. And you shouldn't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point, it's just silly. Thank you.
As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous. As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified.
Your animal
and yet, okay, I'm gonna go back to that. But come on, you and your coffee analogies, man. You're trying to get me that? I'm trying to play at your own game, but nope, you say I'm losing. But apparently I'm winning, huh?
Your animal analogies have grown tiresome.
You were the one who started it.
Anyway, so after Maya Fey backed the victim into the stone lantern, what happens next?
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise.
Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw?
Yes, I'm almost certain.
Almost?
The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who.
What did you just say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely.
We know that Maya Fey was at the inner temple that night, and that the woman that was killed was Elise Doni. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked who?
I don't have anything to counter that yet.
Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. The two of them faced each other for a moment. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise. Then Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground.
So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh?
Yes.
Where did that dagger go?
I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see. I was blind, but now I see.
It's like doing Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. According to the detective who found the dagger, it was stuck in the pine. It was stuck into the pine tree in the garden. Most likely, it was flung towards the tree after the struggle.
That is the most likely explanation, yes.
After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away? Now that I think of it, she seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while, and Mystic Maya stood there, not moving an inch. It felt for a moment like time had just stopped. But then, suddenly, as if the spell had worn off, Mystic Elise fell over.
It seems like a reasonable story at first, but there's one thing that is completely impossible. The very idea of Maya stabbing someone, that alone is impossible, which means this faulty testimony must contain another contradiction in it somewhere. Okay, let's see the evidence we have. Let's save here real quick. I'm not going to present anything just yet. I just want to save so we can have something to go back to. Okay, so we have the dagger, but we don't know. We don't have any fingerprint proof of it yet. Let's see here. So that lines up with the testimony, with the autopsy report. Let me see here. But then she dodged Mystic Elisa's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elisa was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Okay. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed. Okay, so... Let me see the autopsy report again. Oh, that's why I knew something was wrong. I was like, wait a minute. Huh? And I looked back at the thing, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Funny I didn't notice that when I first came in. I'm like, wait, that looks fine. And I kept thinking about it, I'm like, wait, doesn't this seem strange? And then I look, I'm like, oh, makes sense. She was stabbed from the back, not from behind, and not from the front. I was like, okay, that makes total sense now. No wonder it stuck out like a sore thumb to me. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it, shall we? Just to be safe, though. You never know. You can't be too sure with these things. Alrighty, and let's go. Oh, told you. You never be too sure. Okay, I think I was supposed to present it here. You see what I mean when you can never be too sure? There we go. See? Something about you just... Sorry, I'm still thinking like... I'm like, see? Oh, whoops. Back up.
Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions.
Well, what do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony?
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
Yes, that's right.
But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach, right? He's like a child. Like, she would have been stabbed in the front and stomach, right? So tell me, how do stab in stomach equal stab in back? He's like trying to like with flashcards.
Yes, I think so.
But according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony.
What? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright, there you go. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
It's simple. People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift? Though personally, I prefer the backside. He's like, I'm a dom.
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? Someone had to say it. The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter. And now, she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach.
There certainly are some inconsistencies.
Though, okay, not saying this happens with all families, but like, the fact that it was a mother-daughter fighting is not far-fetched in some cases. So you never know. You never know. Can't say that's an inconsistency, but I'm not saying that it's not completely an inconsistency, but it's still like, you really want to die on that hill? Well, Iris, how about it?
Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing.
What do you mean?
There are 200...
Here we go with the coffee metaphor again.
There are 250...
Sorry, that's too high.
There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what the witness actually said?
Prosecutor Godot, explain yourself, because I'm not getting your bullshit.
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly.
Huh?
A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
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 By the way, did you know Asakura has a rule that... Did you know Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit.
I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for.
If that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern.
How convenient. Impossible.
It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening. But this.
Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be too difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other.
Even so, my guy, come on, really? I guess. Fine, I'll buy into it for now.
We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trite?
No!
Order! Order! Order!
Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind.
You really went there.
Stone lantern added to the court record.
Okay. What? Very true. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face?
What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern. There's something written on it.
Huh?
Well, why? It's written in blood.
Oh boy. I was like, great, he's gonna bring it up. So the judge didn't know about that yet. Even Godot didn't know.
Written in blood.
It says Maya upside down.
I thought he was gonna be like, it says,
Oh ho.
and they're like, someone's like, they're like this, like they're like,
It says, oh ho.
what does oh ho mean? And someone comes up,
Oh, Maya. Sorry. It says Maya upside down.
What the?
oh yeah, that's right. He's trying to protect Maya sometimes, but he's like, he doesn't want to get her fully convicted because he wants to protect her. But now he's like, oh fuck.
Oh, yes, that's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone, on the stone lantern behind her, with the blood that was draining out of her body.
Also, I didn't just realize, like, I was looking at Iris. Doesn't her hair braids kind of look like cat or dog ears from behind? It kind of looks like that.
It certainly looks that way.
Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
What do you mean? What are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle.
Really?
Could it be? Could it be? He can't see.
That's right. He can only see. He can only see. He can't see red. He can't see red that well.
He can't see the bloody writing at all. Because now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
So he can't see red. So that's what he meant by that.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further?
Oh, fuck.
Mr. Godot?
Okay then. Let's move on.
Godot is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from a caffeine overdose. And somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Donny was killed by Maya Fey.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Now, it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir?
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears.
What did she do?
After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the crime tradition. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... I used the Shichishito to alter the way the wound looked.
So you moved the body.
Yes, I moved the body.
You moved the body.
I moved the body.
You moved the body.
Yes. I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Donim was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin. Forgive me, Your Honor, for I have sinned.
He's like,
This is not a confessional booth. A terrible trick of fate.
I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor. Thank you.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body. But
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Your story makes sense, I suppose.
He's like,
I don't know, but I'll take it. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
yes, Your Honor. Okay, so let me see everything she said again. Okay, after Mystic died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future of after the Quran tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me to the bridge. Okay, let's press everything. We need to be sure. So you waited until everything was over before making a move.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
She saw someone murdered right in front of her eyes. It's not surprising that she was a little timid.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes when I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other, I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion.
He's like,
I know what the fuck's going on, so you guys can figure it out for me.
isn't it your job? Exactly, thank you. Isn't it your job as the judge to mediate the argument?
It wasn't until Mystic Maya saw me that it finally dawned on her what she had done. I thought it was my duty to protect the future man.
So then, you knew the significance of the name Maya Fey.
Yes, of course I did.
That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position.
Anyway, she was a very special person indeed.
I feel like it's gonna be helpful for us in the future.
So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself
Why did you do that?
because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene.
So you moved her body all by yourself. What a strong girl you are.
Yes, I did. And I know I'm strong, thank you. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow.
The snow, huh? Let's keep that in mind.
I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusty Bridge.
It's pretty amazing you can make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge.
It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age.
It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold.
But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River?
Huh?
It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple.
I thought it would still cast...
Oh, no, sorry.
I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya.
I guess. Okay, fine. I'll take that. I'll take it.
That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible.
Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being.
Me too.
Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge?
Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple.
The snowmobile? Exactly. I knew that would show up sooner or later.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge.
This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Yep, we need to. Okay, maybe not the snowmobile. Let's ask about the tracks. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yes, naturally, you would expect tracks.
This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride?
Yes, I think they are.
But I can only see one set of tracks here.
I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see. Snow was still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's why there are such fresh-looking tracks.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about this testimony?
Let's add it. When the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Is it the weather data? Your Honor, I'd like the statement the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
But does it have something to do with the case?
All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record.
This should be fun.
Okay, keep sipping your coffee.
You, let's get the snow on.
No, let's get the snow on the road.
Let's get the snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I got a text.
By the time the murder took place,
The snow had already stopped. Okay. So, if she got killed at 10 o'clock. Oh, okay. There we go. Right there. Right there. How could it stop when it didn't stop until 10:50? Interesting, huh? Okay. The murder took place at 10. Okay. Just to be safe, we need to be safe here. That's why you use protection, kids. Let's do it. Oh, no. Go back. I'll do that. My bad. Okay. Let's present the weather data. Dang it. I thought that was it. Okay. You see why I can't be too confident? Okay, so I feel like this is important. That's where the... Let me see here. So we know for sure that she's lying about the tracks, I believe. So, what can we say? Okay, I think that's it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I think I pressed it. I think I actually now think about it. Okay, let me see. I feel okay. Oh god, this hurts because I am certain that the weather data is the thing. But what can I use it on? It doesn't make sense. Like, I was certain that it would work on that one. Like, okay, let me just save here one more time. Like, let me try that again. Okay, there we go. It doesn't work. So what does work? I feel like I'm gonna have to keep pressing it on every single one. Present it on every single one just to figure it out. Let me take a look at the data one more time. Okay. Okay, I think I have to present it on this statement because she said she dragged the body across the bridge, so it wasn't on fire yet. Lightning struck at 10:45, and the body was killed sometime between 10 and 11. So she had to be off the bridge and back, or whatever, after 10:40, before 10:45. So, okay, I think this is where it happens. Sorry. Let me save here. I'm gonna try it, okay? Because it's the only one that makes sense to me. Well, after that one, we're gonna work on that one. Let's give it this try. Can't hurt. And it did work. Perfect. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible.
What? What?
No.
What?
This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time.
Why do you say that?
Okay, there we go. There's the logic. Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire.
What did you say? What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be.
Yeah, we got her there. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney.
No!
You're welcome. Order, order, order! The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limits. Oh, he's getting pissed off. Any further lying, and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man.
Is he calling? Uh-oh.
Me? How dare you?
Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Squat?
The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but
Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Donim was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Donim's body.
He makes a good point on both accounts.
That's right. I'm not lying.
Sorry.
That's right. I'm not lying.
what are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night. So my memory is still somewhat hazy.
Is she going to claim that she was channeling somebody? Was it Dahlia?
So my memory is still somewhat hazy.
I think that does kind of make sense though, because no one would notice anything different. They have the same face and everything. Because when you become somebody else, like when you saw Maya become Mia in the past episodes, you would notice that she changed her face or her posture and everything. You wouldn't really notice anything different with Iris though.
So my memory is still somewhat hazy.
You have stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
Objection!
Yes. Yes, it is. It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you can explain for the court.
What is it?
When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow, the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of explanation for this little magic trick?
Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way that she got across that burnout bridge. But unless I could somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
Yep, you got us there.
Hi.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony.
Sorry. God, something got on my eye.
You're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
All right then. Witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will this be your final testimony? Please, I'm getting tired here.
Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess.
Excuse me.
Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge?
I have a bad idea. I have a very bad idea. I have a very bad idea. I don't know if this is going to work, but I have a very bad idea. I think you guys are on the same wavelength as I am.
So it was just a misunderstanding, I see.
A misunderstanding, huh?
This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning. Sorry. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
We're like, bullshit.
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition.
Dusky Bridge photo added to the court record.
Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Maya will be accused of murder. Again. But this time for real.
Trite. I'm only going to say it one more time.
Huh?
It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the errors of our ways. Not me. I'm not a human.
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Exactly.
All right, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. Let's save here. Here's what I mean. I feel like this is gonna be a very bad way of doing it. And I don't know if this is true, but let's try it. Let's try it. Oh God. I didn't think that would work, but it works. Here we go. Let's go. Oh God. I was just pulling shit out of my ass. I just thought it wasn't gonna work, but it works. Okay, here we go. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility.
What?
You're saying it's possible. Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air.
Exactly. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. It's a preposterous. It's basically
Preposterous. Preposterous.
Who is it? Who is this witness?
I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on. I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on the attack and go, go, go. Miss Elise Donim's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Laurice Donim.
Brilliant.
Highly gifted apprentice.
I love the three ones, the parts in threes. Remember what he said in his testimony? That night he was at the mountain shack. That night he was at the mountain shack, Heavenly Hall, and that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? Are you using this pathetic scribble to support your argument?
Hey, it's in the evidence for a reason. Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket.
Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything?
Yes. I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. He's like,
Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down.
oh crap, he's right.
If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch?
Upside down? Why did Godot say that? He's like, turns upside down.
Oh! All right then. Let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. All right, Phoenix. Look carefully and think it over. Thank God they gave me a save option. Okay. It can't. Okay. I don't know what to do because the problem is to say that it's evidence of nothing. It's we did literally everything for nothing at this point. So. Okay. Let me see everything before we make a decision. Okay. Let's see the photo. Oh, I see what he said, but it's upside down. Because look at the photo. Well, look at the sketch. Notice these two things. Notice these two things right there. But actually, no. Let me go on the actual sketch without the text in there. So, see how these things are like this? They're like this and everything. I thought that was the things like that, but no. If you look at it upside down, it looks like the suspension things. So the body was falling, maybe using this, the wire. I don't know. This is the only thing that makes sense. I'm just pulling shit out. Okay, so, but what can we say though? We can't say evidence of nothing. And it can't be exactly what happened. Let's do a complete contradiction. Something is obviously funny about this sketch. He's like, I was gonna say, like, the judge is like, yeah, no shit, bitch. No shit, Sherlock. Even I can tell. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I mean, Your Honor. Maurice O'Neill stated it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
It contradicts reality? It contradicts reality?
This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to the finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trite. So what exactly contradicts reality as we know it?
Okay, so I figure, should I point to yeah. I was thinking, should we present the lines? Why not? Let's do it. That's the one thing I was saying that made sense. There we go. It's this wire connected to the bridge.
The wire?
Is that the thing that contradicts reality?
Yes, it is indeed.
Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch
Contradicts reality. Here we go, people.
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct?
Yes.
I was doing go do Godot. Yes. Now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge,
Jumping Joseph.
wait. How do you pronounce that? Jehoshaphat. Okay.
Jumping Jehoshaphat. The wires are.
The wires are below the guard wires.
What?
We're just making his life harder, aren't we?
Order, order, order! This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong.
With someone like Laurice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason?
Are you saying you know the answer to that?
Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Laurice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited and waited. He waited and waited, and finally he laid it down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Laurice must have been in at that time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did.
He was lying on his back. I can't see how it relates.
But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
Oh!
No way.
Yes, way. Laurice Donim witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Thank you for that, Kudo.
Oh, crap.
So then, this sketch should actually...
I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Laurice Donim's sketch is like this. There we go. This is how it should actually look. He's like, let me help you, Your Honor. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right. Just like a pendulum.
Ridiculous.
Order, order, order!
Of all the things to say, a pendulum.
The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff.
Yes, that sounds right.
In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead.
The lightning strike that night could only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope. They didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them.
What?
I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. The line. It's the other one.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to what you did.
That makes sense though. Why did the other one snap?
What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
Let's do it.
And the meaning of this is...
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. He's like, let me help you, Your Honor. Don't worry, Judgy, I'll help you. It's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard.
Oh! This is one of the wires from the bridge.
When the lightning struck the bridge and it set it on fire. One of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Doning's body. Oh, God. So that's what happened? It's like, yay, and it came loose like that? Okay, I guess. Because there was this is the Ace Attorney kind of far-fetchedness. I'm like, you know what? I get, okay, I guess that's right. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Oh God, how is he not choking on that stuff?
Mr. Godot. It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Oh, now he's drinking his coffee.
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we... Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? You're right. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum?
Yes, we do. Because if you notice, in the autopsy report, body fell 10 feet after death. Right there. It's right there. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
So then, that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. The body was pushed from this point here. It would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank.
What? What? What makes you think something like that happened?
Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance.
What kind of evidence?
Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum. Excuse me. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. Thank you.
That's...
Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal is the one that came off of Miss Elise Donim's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found.
Indeed. I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. Let's take a look.
Right there. Bingo. The crystal was
found. Oh!
Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed.
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. But it's just a theory. A game theory. You have provided us with the way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
Oh God, you got hit. That's what happened.
Mr. Wright.
That's what that sound was.
I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot?
That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing.
Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma.
Huh? Same.
A coffee's most reliable accomplice. A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma.
Oh, we need someone to help. The rest. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffeenese. Can you elaborate a bit more?
If the criminal has sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
An accomplice?
The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite?
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well then. If you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
Okay. It has to be Iris, because she could be the only one that was on the Hazakura Temple side that would know about this. Let's try her. Also, my God, did you see where the judge's face paused? I was like, oh God. It can only be you, Sister Iris.
Huh? But I
don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it. And he's not the only one who can drive a snowmobile too.
Trite, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
It's like the mother-daughter dance, the mother-daughter bloodbath. I'm like, it's like when you come and you like see who fights to the death. I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim.
Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time.
Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony?
Mention what?
The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness. I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help, so you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing, unless you're not really Iris to begin with. Am I right? Am I right that that's Dahlia? This entire time it's been Dahlia. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with.
What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
No, she ain't. She's not. Sorry if I'm peeking, but oh God.
Are you serious, Trite? You mean this woman is
An imposter. She stabs. It's like vote her out. There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. Oh God. Sorry for the cackle, but
I was still right.
I knew it! The woman that's standing there at the witness stand, her real name is... Y'all ready for this? I never thought I've had to... Oh, bitch, here we go. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
Sister Iris had a twin sister, and you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless.
It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains this file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh yes, I remember now. That case, 5 years ago. You were almost murdered, weren't you?
He's like, and Phoenix like, don't remind me.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine.
No, the honor's all mine.
They're like fighting over. I forgot about that. What a transition.
But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month.
So what? So what? I'm still a rock star. So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
Of course he would get pissed off over that.
What? Order, order, order!
Well, wait a moment. How can you? My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Karine channeling technique flows within that body.
The Karine channeling technique? Now where have I heard of that?
That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium.
What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was.
Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
Objection!
He's like, well, if you're putting it that way, then yes.
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens.
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that? What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple.
2 of them?
Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
This is getting good.
Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of
Let me say that.
Do you know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found the plants that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris.
What?
Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum.
That's right.
Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far?
He's like,
Are you with me? Let's go to the next card. How about this?
yes.
After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There, they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center.
Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that.
Oh, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced.
What do you mean by that?
It looks like he's finally convinced.
But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night.
I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switch places.
Switch places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand. But I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial.
Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
Maybe. If we remember, we recall the only time. Yes, I think so. Okay. If you guys remember what happened the other day with the earthquake, Miles Edgeworth passed out. And he was with Dahlia at the time. And then after that, we don't know what happened. And then she came running over. Maybe that's when the switch happened. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance.
Oh? Explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown.
Unknown? What do you mean?
What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely unsupervised.
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. See, the person who gave Iris a chance to freely move about was...
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
Here we go. Earthquake! Oh my goodness! The inner temple! This kind of termite!
How could I have? She fled. She escaped.
There we go. Right there. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling.
Is Dahlia back? Is it Dahlia? Hello, you little bitch. Be quiet. Yes, it's Dahlia! We knew it. Well, I knew it. I don't know if you guys caught on too. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge.
Whoa! That voice.
Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
Dahlia Hawthorne. And my current profession? Permanently retired from life. Sorry, let me do it again. Dahlia Hawthorne. And my current profession? Permanently retired. Permanently retired.
Ha! So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead.
Oh! That face! We have never seen Dahlia like this. This is scary.
There's really nothing. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
What is going on here?
Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. And I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. I'm sending her straight to hell where she belongs. And that's how it ends? Perfect! That's a perfect way to end it. Okay. Oh god. Okay, we need to stay right here. Okay, so. Okay, come on, hurry up. I don't want to. Okay, let's get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Oh boy. Wow. Who would have thunk, huh? You know, I figured since when it was Iris who went up on the when it was Iris who came to stand at the stand, I was like, it's a bit sus. I know that's Iris. It should be Iris. And then as what kept going, I'm like, could she actually be Dahlia? I think I even said, why do I feel like this is Dahlia being channeled and this is not Iris? Because no one knows the difference between the two of them, and they have the red hair. Well, we had the same face. No one knows any different. I did say that, so I'm like, the fact that I was actually right on that one, I have never felt this so excited. Oh man, this is gonna be so much fun for the next stream. Oh god. But also, if like the only reason why we even got to that point was like Godot was like,
oh, you gotta think upside down, gotta put it upside down.
It's like, don't give massive hints like that, or like do anything that might trigger Phoenix. He's like,
upside down.
Objection! He's like, you don't say anything to right, or also like he'll get like a key word. He's like, upside down. upside down. Objection. That's why you have to be careful around him. You don't say anything that's like, they'll like set him off. But man, this has been an episode. I'm so excited for what comes next. Oh God, this is great. Okay, so I feel like we're in a good place. I wonder how what's gonna happen now. But also, that can't be Iris, right? That can't be Iris channeling because she's not powerful enough. So who's channeling? Is that Maya? Is Maya channeling Iris? Because when they channel people, their hair color doesn't change. So, and Iris has black hair, so that's fine. But you would notice a difference. It can't be Pearl because, well, she's here. But also, she has brown hair, so she would that wouldn't pass for Iris. So is that Maya? Is Maya channeling Dahlia? I hope she is, because Maya saved them. But no, also she has Dahlia's thing. But then that would mean if Dahlia did kill Elise, then Maya's gonna get put in jail for that. I don't know where we're going with this. But we got to roll with it. Okay, so I feel like we ended at a good spot here because I'm tired, and two, I need to like take a quick reprieve and go over everything that happened in the case before, because I need to know what the hell is gonna happen next. Well, no, what to prepare for it, what comes next. So I was like lost half that time for it. So we're gonna leave it here. I should be back Friday at 7 p.m. at normal time, just because today I have something to do later tomorrow and early tomorrow, so I have to be prepared for that. So that's why I came in earlier today. But 7 p.m. should be the normal time on Friday. Yeah. So you'll see me back then. So until then, guys, thank you so much for coming in today. Psychota, it was great having you here. I'm pretty sure you're asleep at this point now, but it was great having you in, and I loved having you back in here. Thank you for everybody else who came in and came to see the stream. If you liked what you saw, please follow me here on Twitch, and also follow me on my social media. I always post my Instagram. I'm about to go live, usually about like at least an hour before my stream starts. Usually an hour before. I try to do that. Be very vigilant about that, but yeah, usually an hour before I always announce when I'm about to go live. And so you'll find me on my Instagram. Always, I'm actually no. I was doing something else, but never mind. I'm very active on my Instagram more than anything, so see me go live on there. You'll see when I'm gonna go live on there. You can also follow me on my my Twitter and my TikTok, but mainly my Instagram is where you find all the news. And if you do follow me here on Twitch, you're gonna see when my next stream is gonna happen. It's always in my schedule tab. It's always gonna be there. So as you'll see, my next stream is on Friday. So until then, guys, thank you for coming today, and I'll see you later. Bye.